to go and approach it from 3 different ways today. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and I'm going to approach our little bits. And I'm going to use our Android, our Active Connect OPSG, which is our Android slot-in module goes for our panels. I'm going to use our active panel itself, and we're going to use him with Dash the robot. And then I'm also going to use our Promethean Chrome box and talk about that Pascoe temperature sensor. So really, these are all Google Play apps, but I'm just going to use them in 3 of our different platforms so that you can see really whichever one you've got, you can get into STEM and do some STEM-related stuff with our products. So the first thing I'm going to do, love this part, right? I need my unified menu to open up. Well, there's one here. There's one over here. And guess where else there's one at? Even right down here in the middle. So no matter where I'm at on the panel, I can go and I can access that content. So I'm going to open up that unified menu, open up my source. I love it because it's only showing me the 2 items I've got plugged in. My OPS and my Chrome box are plugged in. That makes it easy. Not which HDMI am I plugged into, which source, any of that. I just know I can click and go to both of those. So we're going to bounce over here. I've got my Little Bits app already up and running because they only gave me 20 minutes, right? I think I've already taken half of that. So I've got my Little Bits app up and running, and what the real big thing here is this is just the Little Bits Google Play app, same one that's on your phone, same one that's on your iPad or whatever. And it's a little not quite so sticky anymore because I've been slinging this guy around a good little bit, but I'm going to get this set up here. We'll see if it sticks. No, it's all right. We're going to talk about velocity on this today too. So I'm going to get my little windmill spinning here, right? So you notice my battery doesn't go, but that's okay. So we got my little windmill spinning there, but it is Bluetooth, and I've got the Bluetooth bits built in. So now I want to come over and say, well, let me figure out which of the different actions I want to use. And for this one, I'm going to use my slider action inside of that thing. So I'm going to click once on it. Here's what I love, and this is why we're talking about this today, because right here, it's already recognizing that Bluetooth connection without me doing anything. No settings, no Bluetooth, no trying to figure out which one is which. It automatically does it through the app. So as a teacher, I'm confident that I'm going to be able to connect to my student devices. I click, it makes that connection, doesn't appear anything happen, right? Well, my slider's on the screen. You see it right here? Oh, watch. I can start to control that guy right from my panel, and I can make it go backwards. So I have this ability, though, to just connect it like I would to a kid's iPad, like I would to my phone or whatever. How simple is that, and how confident can you be? So Little Bits, they donated some stuff to us for us to kind of play around here and show off. But I'm not showing off because they gave it to them. I'm showing off because as a teacher in a classroom, this is easy to use. My kids can do this, right? I can teach with this and be confident. Now, what else I might want to do, though, is have my kids start to design what they're going to do or give them all the parts. So I can just come right over, open up my Promethean whiteboard, and even start to draw off what they're doing here. So let me grab my pen and start to draw off all the different connections they're going to need. So we know we need a battery, right? A 9-volt. We know we're going to need some Bluetooth technology. We know that we're also going to need, the stand. And the kids can come up and start to put those pieces together and then come back, build the project itself, open up that OPSG, go in, sync it to the Bluetooth, and actually control it from the screen. Guys, that right there makes that whole process. We're talking project-based learning. We're getting into that. This is where kids are getting their hands on. And really, that's what that STEAM's about. We're getting them excited about trying to figure out how to build something out of parts. That's what's better than that, right? So we've got our Little Bits pieces here. We're doing that with the app, but the key there is that it is so easy to do because the Bluetooth connectivity, it's not like trying to hook up your phone in your car where you're trying to figure out and do this number and that. No, it's so easy, so easy. So I'm going to bounce back out here. We're now going to use just my panel. And over here on the panel in my Elements locker, I noticed that I have a Promethean store. So this morning, we've already added the Wonder Workshop app. We've already downloaded and added right to my panel. So I don't need anything plugged in. I just need to turn a little Dash on over here. He's going to tell us, hey. Tell him, hey, Dash. Well, get a little, there you go. All right, calm down, calm down. We'll get there in a second. Chill out. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open up my locker again and I'm going to find my Dash the Robot app and Blockly. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And again, already started some of this, but the real big thing on this, Dash makes coding fun. Like, I get coding, right? I understand what it does. I was that kid, well, we won't talk about how long ago it was, but I was the one using the Apple IIe's to build the little brick wall at computer camp over the summer, right? So I understand how that stuff works. But this right here just takes the hard part out of it, because all I'm going to do is start to move these items around. And even when I want to, I'm going to let's add another sound in here. So let's add let's just add another siren after we have him launch. So what I want to have happen is Dash is going to start. He's going to drive forward. Then he's going to back up. He's going to drive forward pretty quick. Let's see here. Let's see how quick he is. Drive forward, and let's speed that one up a little bit. All right, there we go. But he's going to back up half that. Play all of his lights. Sound like a horse, just because I feel like he should sound like a horse today. Then play his fire siren, because he's going to launch one of the little balls here in his launcher. So I'm going to give him one there. Okay, not yet. You're not ready. I'm sorry. He's got a little personality, so you have to get used to that. So hang on, Dash. Hang on. All right. So now we talk about easy connectivity, right? Now, I've been preaching that with the little bits. Watch this with the panel. So the titanium panel comes with Bluetooth built in. So you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to click up here, find my little plus symbol there so it can go out, and it's starting to search for whatever Dash is in the room, or whichever one's closest to it. So we'll give it a second here to find him. Dash. 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 Okay, Dash didn't. He's mad. All right, so we're going to turn him off. We'll turn him back on. He worked fine a little bit ago, but I didn't feed him lunch yet. He's a little hungry. He's angry. Hangry, I guess. Howdy do. There you go. You're going to play along now, Dash? So let's close that. Let's try it one more time. See if we can get Dash to search. If not, I guess we'll just have to kind of hope he did it. But there we go. So he's in. So I can click on Dash. He's going to now pop up. He's ready to go. So as soon as he syncs now, I know. See, now look, he got excited. So I'm going to set him here. I'm going to go ahead and load the ball right there in his launcher just in case. And then let's go over here and click start and see if my coding works. I'm going to click start. Let's see what happens. Oh, there he goes. He drove fast forward. He's backing up. Got his lights and his sounds. Let's see if he launches it. Boom. All right. So I see a little bit of a problem with that, right? So I'm going to bring him right here. See a little bit of a problem. And so for my kids, I want to come up with my Annotate tool, and I want to talk about this right here, because really I would have thought that 70% power would have done a little bit more. So maybe we can make some changes. But I can say, well, what do you think 100% is going to do? And should we maybe not go that far and do 80% and work our way up to it? So I've got that ability to annotate right over the top of the app so that we can make changes and then immediately go back and test that. So I've got one ball left for the launcher, so why don't we give that a shot? We're going to bump that power up to 100%. And let's give him one more try here for today. So let's get him here. Let's give him a good shot here. All right, let's go, Dash. Show us what you got, buddy. I got to move on and show the sensor. There's his lights. There's his horse. Fire in the hole. Here we go. Boom. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's exactly what we needed. So you can see that Dash did what we wanted to. I've got a successful code. But if I need to come back and maybe have my kids give me a little bit more explanation about what they did, I still have that ability to click screen capture and bring that right into my whiteboard so they could write over the top of it, leave me some notes or whatever in that, and then I could export that out right into my PDF so I could grade it and look at it later, maybe on my phone or somewhere else. So just some of those ways that as a teacher, I can come in and incorporate that whole panel into that experience. So I'm going to set him over here. I'm going to turn him off because of his little attitude that he's got now. And we're going to get into that Pascoe temperature sensor, right? So again, my favorite piece. Let's watch my time. Oh, got to hurry up. All right. So let's go over here. I'm going to go home because I want to get back to my home screen. And I'm going to reach over to my source and find that Chrome box that's plugged in. Okay, so Pascoe has released an app called SparkView. And with that SparkView app, you can go in and connect different types of sensors they release. Now, they've got all kinds of sensors. Okay, all kinds of stuff. I saw some the other day where they were testing motion and impact rate and all of that. But I've just got a little temperature sensor here because, you know, it fits right into my pocket and all, so I can just keep right on going. But these little guys here are just phenomenal in all that they do. I mean, they gather the temperature, but they're kind of cool. So I went out to the Chrome Web Store and I searched SparkView or Pascoe, and I added this application to my Chrome box. Okay, so I can also do it to Chromebooks and attach these. It's just a Bluetooth connection again. But again, I'm not dealing with settings, and that's why these three are my favorites, because I don't have to go to Bluetooth settings to deal with it. So I'm just going to come in here, I'm going to open up a new one. Let's see, just build a new experiment. Let me get a side-by-side layout. There we go. And we're going to do kind of like a speedometer. And we're going to just show just a numerical version of the temperature. And let's select those two to be, let's see here. Well, I first need to add my sensor. See that Bluetooth sensor up there? I'm going to click it. And I'm going to turn this guy on. So I'm pressing hold down. And it starts flashing a red light until it syncs. And you're going to notice that it pops up right here. Look how quick that is. That's so easy. All I have to do is tap once on it and it starts to connect. And then I get a visual signal that it works because that red flashing light switches over to a green flashing light while it's doing so. And of course, Dash, I think, has got all my devices against me now because I hadn't fed any of them. So now it's connecting, it's red, and I can click done. So now when I select measurement, it knows that it's a temperature sensor. I can pick Fahrenheit there, and I'm going to come over here on that one and click Fahrenheit as well. Now, nothing appears to be happening, right? Because I have to start an experiment and end an experiment. It just doesn't start. So if I wanted to drop it in a cup of water or put it in ice or take it outside and lay it on the windowsill, whatever we're doing for that experiment, I now come in and I click start, and it's going to start to read. And it's reading around the tip of this. So if I put that into my hand, then you're going to start to notice that that temperature should start to rise. Well, I hope it does. As we go along here. So I've got my little speedometer here. I've got this one. But what's really cool is when you take these and you drop them from a cold ice cup right into a hot cup of boiling water, these guys right here take off, right? They jump through the roof because kids are seeing that reaction happening from that cold to that hot or whatever. And you can see here that I've got that ability to keep right on going. Keep in mind, I've still got access to that unified menu where I can, right over the top of, talk about being Fahrenheit or Celsius here, or what would be that change rate if we were to switch it back. So I've got access to do that just with this little temperature sensor that is waterproof and easy to use in the classroom for all teachers and all students. Now, Matt, why are you talking about these three? I'm talking about these three because they're easy to use and they work great with our products. I don't get any kickback from these guys, right? These aren't any things that we do. These are just ones that we went out when we're talking about STEM-related activities and things that get students excited about learning about science and engineering and math and all that tech that comes in. These are three great little items that when I've got a Promethean board in my classroom, I know that it's going to connect and work, and I don't have to deal with Bluetooth settings, and I don't have to deal with things not working. These just are up and running, and I spend more time teaching and my kids spend more time learning. So, makes things fun. It's fun, right? It's fun. It's exciting. All right. I get excited about this. So excited now. So let's wrap this up before they pull me off the stage here. So I did say I had a couple of things left for you today. And one of those is, how do I continue to innovate with Promethean, right? So we've already talked about that academy, where you can go out to academy.prometheanworld.com or Google Promethean Academy. You can go to our Learn Promethean page. You can go to our Innovate site. There's going to be a follow-up email that comes out. But we do have a partnership we've been working with NASA Eclipse, which just gives us access to great content. Also, follow us at Learn Promethean on Twitter. And I've got a hashtag today that I want you to use. So if you use that hashtag, let's go up here to my Annotate. I'm going to put it up. It is hashtag NOV8 Innovate. And if you go out and you use that hashtag right now and you tell us about something cool that you saw here, tell us about something cool you're doing in your classroom, you got a chance to win a free prize from Promethean. So we've got our social media group out there working with it right now, retweeting. Go out and talk about what you saw today and how much fun you had being a part of our STEM lab and our STEM day on Innovate. So we just want to make sure you know all about that. So do all of that. And then we just really appreciate you innovating with us. Now listen, come back. There's more sessions, right? So this session's wrapping up. There's a 2 o'clock session, and there's a 2:30 session as well. And they're coming from our STEM lab here in Central North Carolina. And I believe, what's the sneak preview? Our topic is
Geometry with golfing.
Geometry with golfing, right? Oh, that sounds fun. And I've seen some of it, so it's really, really cool. So I can't wait. So we'll see you guys. Oh, let me check for questions. Angie, we have any questions?
No, sir.
No questions, right? Look at that, right? I got it down pat when you do it more than once. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll see you soon.